Tonight, we're going on a special journey together. Not a journey where you have to rush or work hard. No, this is a gentle walk through ancient wisdom that has helped people find peace for thousands of years. And the beautiful thing, you don't have to do anything except listen, relax, and let yourself drift. You might fall asleep during our journey, and that's perfectly wonderful. In fact, that's exactly what we hope will happen. Because as you sleep, these peaceful ideas will settle into your heart like soft snow, landing on quiet ground. Before we begin, I want you to know something important. You are enough, exactly as you are right now. You don't need to fix anything about yourself tonight. You don't need to be better or different. Just be here, just as you are. Before you get settled, please like this video and subscribe. I'd love to know where you're listening from and what time it is. Just drop a comment and let me know. It's always wonderful to see people from around the world joining us. Now turn down your lights, maybe switch off that fan or any background noise, and let's start this peaceful journey together. Part 1. The Garden of Present Moment. Your guide walks beside you, matching your pace perfectly. Neither too fast nor too slow, just right. Tell me, your guide says softly as you walk, what were you thinking about today? Was your mind busy? You realize your mind has been very busy, thinking about yesterday, worrying about tomorrow, remembering things you wish you'd said differently, wondering about things that haven't happened yet. Planning, replaying, imagining, fearing. Your guide nods, understanding completely. Yes, our minds are like that, always jumping around. Let me tell you a secret. You have what we call monkey mind. You look at them, curious. Imagine a little monkey, they say with a gentle laugh. It jumps from branch to branch, tree to tree, never sitting still, grabbing this fruit, then that fruit, chattering and swinging and never, ever resting. That's what our minds do. Jump, jump, jump. Past, future, worry, plan, remember, fear, hope. Jump, jump, jump. They pause on the path and look at you kindly. There was once a young monk who went to his teacher and said, "Master, my mind won't stop. It jumps everywhere. I can't control it. What should I do?" Your guide smiles at the memory. And do you know what the wise teacher said? He said, "Don't try to catch the monkey. Don't try to stop it. Just watch it. When you watch the monkey with kindness, without judging it, something magical happens. The monkey gets tired. It sits down. It rests. You think about your own monkey mind, jumping and chattering all day long. That's what we're going to learn tonight, your guide says. Not to fight our minds, but to gently, kindly bring them home to where peace lives. As they say this, you notice the path is opening up. The trees are spreading apart, and suddenly you step into the most beautiful garden you've ever seen. Oh, it takes your breath away. The garden glows with soft golden light that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere. It's like the air itself is made of gentle sunshine, warm and glowing. The light touches everything softly, making every leaf, every petal, every blade of grass look magical. Flowers of every color grow in gentle clusters throughout the garden. Deep reds like rubies catching firelight, blues like the deepest ocean, yellows like sunshine breaking through clouds, purples like twilight sky, pinks like the softest dawn, whites like fresh snow. They grow together in perfect harmony, none competing, all beautiful. Their petals are so soft, they look like velvet. Some flowers are just opening, their petals unfurling slowly like tiny miracles. Others are in full bloom, generous and open. A few have already given their petals to the ground, creating little colorful carpets beneath them. Butterflies float through the air, moving so slowly and gracefully, like they're dancing to music only they can hear. Orange butterflies with black-tipped wings, white butterflies with delicate black spots, blue butterflies that shimmer and sparkle when they move, like flying jewels. Yellow butterflies, bright and cheerful. They drift from flower to flower, in no hurry at all, taking their time, enjoying each moment. In the center of the garden, there's a small fountain made of smooth, dark stone. Water bubbles up gently from the center and trickles down in little streams, making the most peaceful sound. Tinkle, tinkle, splash, tinkle, tinkle, splash, like nature's own lullaby. The water is so clear you can see right through it, and it catches the golden light, making little rainbows dance in the air. Around the fountain, smooth pebbles of gray and white create a perfect circle. Beyond that, the softest grass spreads out like a green blanket, inviting you to sit, to rest, to stay a while. This, your guide says, spreading their arms wide, is the garden of the present moment. This is where life actually happens, not in yesterday, not in tomorrow, right here, right now. They lead you along a little path made of flat stones, each one smooth and cool. With each step, you feel more peaceful, more calm, like you're walking into a place outside of time. Your guide brings you to a soft patch of grass near the fountain and invites you to sit. You sit down, and the grass feels cool and comfortable beneath you, like sitting on the softest cushion. Your guide sits beside you, close enough that you feel their calm, peaceful presence. The sound of the fountain is even more beautiful here. Tinkle, tinkle, splash. Tinkle, tinkle, splash. It's steady, reliable, always there, like a heartbeat, like breathing. The secret I want to teach you, they say, their voice soft and warm, is the most powerful thing you'll ever learn. Are you ready? You lean in. The present moment is all you ever have. It's the only place where life exists. It's the only place where you can feel peace. It's the only place where you can be happy. They pause, letting you take that in. A butterfly lands on a flower nearby, and you both watch it for a moment. Your monkey mind wants to jump to the past and the future, but the past is gone. It's just memories, like old photographs in a dusty album. You can look at them, but you can't live there. The future hasn't happened. It's just imagination, like daydreams and stories you tell yourself. But this moment, right now, this is real. This is where you actually are. This is where your life is happening. You notice you can hear the fountain more clearly now. Tinkle, tinkle, splash. You can feel the gentle breeze on your skin, soft like a whisper. You can smell the sweet flowers, roses and jasmine, and something else, something wonderful you can't quite name. You can see the butterflies dancing their slow, beautiful dance. Let me show you something, your guide says. They point to a beautiful orange butterfly that has landed on a purple flower right in front of you. Watch this butterfly. Really watch it. See how its wings slowly open and close? Open and close. Open and close. Like it's breathing with its wings. See the tiny patterns? The soft orange like a sunset. The little black spots perfectly placed. The delicate edges of the wings thin as paper. See how the butterfly's little legs hold on to the flower so gently. You watch. The butterfly is beautiful, perfectly, completely beautiful. And when you're watching it, really watching it, you're not thinking about anything else. You're not worried about tomorrow. You're not replaying yesterday. You're just here, just watching, just being. That's the present moment, your guide whispers. When you pay attention to what's actually happening right now, the monkey mind gets quiet. It stops jumping. It stops chattering. It rests. Because the present moment is so rich, so full, so beautiful, that it fills your whole attention. The butterfly lifts off gently, its wings catching the golden light, and floats away like a little piece of joy. And another one comes to take its place. This one is yellow, bright like a piece of sunshine that decided to grow wings. You watch this one too, and you feel something softening inside you. Something letting go. You see, your guide says, we spend so much time lost in our thoughts. We miss the butterflies. We miss the flowers. We miss our own lives happening right in front of us. We're so busy thinking about what was or what might be that we forget about what is. They pick up a smooth pebble from beside the fountain and hold it in their palm. Even something as simple as this stone is a miracle when you really pay attention to it. Feel how smooth it is, worn down by water over thousands of years. See the little flecks of color in it, gray and white and tiny sparkles of crystal. Feel its weight, its coolness, its solidness. They place the pebble gently in your hand. You hold it, really feeling it. It is cool. It is smooth. It is real. Right now. Now, your guide says, let's practice being in the present moment together. It's very simple. We're just going to notice our breathing. This is the oldest and most powerful practice in the world. People have been doing this for thousands of years to find peace. They place one hand on their chest. Your breath is always with you, always happening right now. You can't breathe in the past. Those breaths are already gone. You can't breathe in the future. Those breaths haven't happened yet. You can only breathe now. That makes your breath a perfect anchor, a perfect way to come home to this moment. You place your hand on your chest too, and you feel it rise and fall, rise and fall. You've been breathing your whole life, but maybe you've never really noticed it before. Breathe in gently through your nose, your guide says softly. Feel the cool air coming in, touching the tip of your nose, moving down into your throat, filling your chest, your lungs expanding like gentle balloons, your belly getting full and round. You breathe in. The air is sweet, carrying the smell of all those flowers. It feels good going in, clean, fresh, like drinking water when you're thirsty. And now breathe out slowly through your mouth. Feel your chest falling, your lungs releasing, your belly softening, like a wave going back out to sea, releasing everything you don't need, letting it all go. You breathe out. It feels even better, like putting down something heavy you've been carrying. In and out, in and out. You don't have to breathe any special way. You don't have to breathe deeply or slowly unless that feels good. Just notice. Just feel. Just be here with your breath. Like you're a good friend to yourself, paying attention, being gentle. You keep breathing, and with each breath, you feel more relaxed, more settled, like you're sinking into something soft and safe, like you're arriving home after a long journey. Your shoulders drop down, away from your ears. Your jaw relaxes. Your forehead smooths out. With each out-breath, you let go a little more. In and out. And if your mind wanders, and it will, that's what monkey minds do. That's perfectly okay. That's not a mistake. Just notice where your mind went, and gently, kindly, like bringing a small child back to their play, bring your attention back to your breath, back to now. The fountain continues its gentle song. Tinkle, tinkle, splash. Tinkle, tinkle, splash. It becomes part of your breathing rhythm, the sound, your breath, all flowing together. This is it, your guide says, their voice getting even softer, like a gentle whisper carried on the breeze. This is the great secret that people search for their whole lives. Peace isn't somewhere else, somewhere far away. Happiness isn't in the future when everything is perfect. When you have everything you want, when all your problems are solved, it's here, in this moment, when you stop and notice you're alive, when you stop and feel your breath, when you stop and see the butterfly. A warm feeling spreads through your chest, like sunshine from the inside. In this moment right now, are you okay? Your guide asks gently. Not tomorrow with all its worries. What might happen, what you need to do. Not yesterday with all its regrets. What you said, what you did, what happened to you. But right now, in this breath, in this garden, sitting on this soft grass, are you okay? You check, you notice your body, you notice the moment, and you realize, yes, you are okay. Right now, in this exact moment, you're perfectly okay. You're safe, you're breathing, you're alive. Right now, you're perfectly okay. You see? Your guide smiles, and their smile is like watching the sun rise. Most of our suffering comes from the monkey mind jumping around, jumping to the past, getting sad about what was, jumping to the future, getting scared about what might be. But when you come back to now, when you come back to this moment, you find peace waiting for you. It was here all along. It never left. You just forgot to look for it here. The fountain continues its gentle song. Tinkle, tinkle, splash. The butterflies continue their slow dance, floating from flower to flower. The flowers sway in the softest breeze, as if they're breathing too. Everything in the garden is just being, just existing, just enjoying this moment. Whenever you feel worried or scared or sad, your guide says, you can come back to the present moment. It's always here, always waiting. Feel your breath, in and out, in and out. Notice what's around you, what you can see, hear, smell, touch. Ask yourself, right now, in this very moment, am I okay? Usually, the answer is yes. Right now is usually okay. It's the thoughts about past and future that hurt us. You sit together in the garden for a little while longer, just breathing, just being. No need to do anything. No need to be anywhere else. Just here. Just now. The golden light seems to wrap around you like a warm hug. Your monkey mind has stopped jumping. It's resting now, peaceful and quiet, sitting beside you like a good friend. A white butterfly lands on your knee. You stay very still. It sits there, opening and closing its wings slowly. Open, close, open, close. You and the butterfly, just being together, just sharing this moment. The present moment is a gift, your guide whispers. That's why they call it the present. It's always here, like this garden, always blooming, always beautiful, always waiting for you to return. You can come here anytime. In one breath, in one moment of attention, you can come home. You take one more deep breath of the sweet garden air, feeling grateful, feeling peaceful, feeling completely and perfectly here. The butterfly lifts off from your knee and floats away, and you silently thank it for visiting. Your guide stands slowly and offers you their hand. Come, they say gently, their voice like honey. There's more beauty to see. There's more wisdom to discover. Let's walk a little further. But you can bring this peace with you. It's yours now. It lives in your breath. You stand, taking one last look at the garden of the present moment. You notice everything one more time. The flowers, the fountain, the butterflies, the golden light. You know you can return here whenever you need to. It's always here, always waiting, just one breath away. Together, you and your guide step back onto the path. The garden stays behind you, but somehow you feel like you're carrying it inside you now, in your chest, in your breath, in this very moment. You walk slowly, peacefully, as the night deepens around you. The sky is darker now, a deep blue like velvet, and the stars begin to appear overhead, one by one by one, like little lights being turned on in the house of the sky. Your guide walks beside you in comfortable silence. You can hear your footsteps, soft on the path. You can hear your breathing, steady and calm. You can hear the quiet rustle of leaves. And up ahead, you begin to hear something else. A gentle sound, like whispering, like singing, like water moving over stones. "Ah," your guide says with a smile. "We're almost there. Do you hear it? Our next stop is just ahead. A beautiful river that will teach you how to let go." Part 2. The River of Letting Go. The sound grows louder as you walk, that gentle whisper of water moving, flowing, dancing over stones. It's a peaceful sound, like nature singing a lullaby. Your guide leads you around a gentle bend in the path, and suddenly, there it is, a river. But not a rushing, roaring river. No, this is the gentlest river you've ever seen. It flows slowly, smoothly, like liquid silk moving through the forest. The water is so clear you can see right to the bottom, where smooth stones of gray and brown and white rest peacefully. The river is wide enough to see across, but not so wide that it feels big or scary. Just perfect. Just right, and it catches the starlight from above, making the surface shimmer and sparkle like someone scattered diamonds across it. On both sides of the river, willow trees grow. Their long, soft branches hang down, almost touching the water, swaying gently in the breeze. They look like they're bowing to the river, paying respect to the water. Your guide brings you to the river's edge, where the bank is soft with moss. You sit down together, your feet just above the water. It's cool here, peaceful. The air smells fresh and clean, like rain. "This," your guide says softly, "is the river of letting go, and it has so much to teach you." You watch the water flowing by. It moves constantly, steadily, never stopping. Always flowing from somewhere you can't see, going somewhere else you can't see. Always moving, always changing, always going. "Look at the river," your guide says. "Really look. See how it flows? It never stops. It never holds on. It never tries to go backward. It just flows. Always forward, always moving, always changing." You notice that the river doesn't look exactly the same from one moment to the next. The ripples are different. The way the light hits the water changes. Even though it's the same river, it's also different every single second. There's an old saying, your guide tells you. You can never step in the same river twice. Do you know why? You shake your head. Because the river is always changing. The water that flows past us right now, they point to the water. That water is already gone. It's downstream now, flowing away. New water has come to take its place, and that new water is flowing away too. Everything flows. Everything changes. Everything moves. They pause, letting you watch the river for a moment. It's mesmerizing the way it flows. Peaceful and constant. This is one of the most important truths in the whole world, your guide says gently. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. Not the river, not the seasons, not your feelings, not your problems, not your pain, not your joy. Everything is like this river, always flowing, always changing. always moving. You think about that. Everything changes. We suffer, your guide continues, because we try to hold on to things. We want the good moments to last forever. We want the bad moments to go away immediately. We want everything to stay the same when we like it, and we want everything to change when we don't. But life is like this river. It flows whether we want it to or not. A leaf falls from one of the willow trees above. It's a green leaf, long and slender. It lands gently on the surface of the river with the tiniest splash. And then it floats. The river carries it along, gently, slowly, downstream. Watch that leaf, your guide says. You watch. The leaf floats on the surface, turning slowly, moving with the current. Sometimes it catches on a little swirl of water and spins around. Sometimes it moves faster, sometimes slower. But always it's moving, always being carried along by the river. That leaf isn't trying to go anywhere, your guide says. It's not struggling, it's not fighting, it's not worried about where it's going or where it's been. It's just letting go. It's trusting the river to carry it. You watch the leaf float further and further away, getting smaller until it disappears around a bend. Gone, carried away by the river. Your worries are like leaves, your guide says softly. Your fears, your regrets, your anger, your sadness, they're all like leaves. And you know what? You can let them go. You can place them in the river and watch them float away. They reach up and take a leaf from the willow tree above, a fresh green one. They hold it gently in their palm. Let me tell you a story, your guide says, looking at the leaf. Once, there was a woman who carried a heavy bag everywhere she went. Inside the bag were stones. Big stones, small stones, smooth stones, rough stones. Every stone represented a worry, a regret, or a hurt from her past. You can picture the woman walking slowly, bent over from the weight of the bag. Someone asked her, "Why do you carry all those stones? They're making you tired. They're hurting your back. They're weighing you down." And do you know what she said? You shake your head. She said, "These stones are mine. These are my worries. These are my hurts. I have to carry them. They're part of me." She thought she had to hold on to everything that ever hurt her, everything she ever worried about. Your guide looks at you with kind eyes, but one day she came to a river, just like this one, and a wise person told her, "You don't have to carry those stones. You can put them down. You can give them to the river." At first, the woman didn't believe it. How could she let go? What if she forgot? What if she needed those worries? Your guide smiles gently. But finally, she opened her bag. She took out one stone, just one. It was a worry about something that happened long, long ago. Something she couldn't change. Something that was already over. And she placed that stone in the river. They demonstrate by placing the leaf gently on the water in front of you. The leaf sits on the surface for just a moment, and then the current catches it. It begins to float away. The stone sank to the bottom, your guide continues, and the river carried on flowing over it, smoothing it, making it just another stone in the riverbed. And you know what the woman felt? "What?" you whisper. Lighter. She felt lighter. Her bag felt lighter. Her heart felt lighter. So she took out another stone, another worry, another old hurt, and she placed it in the river too, and another, until her bag was empty and her shoulders were free. Your guide looks at you with such warmth. You can do the same thing. Would you like to try? You nod. Good, they say softly. Reach up and take a leaf from the tree. Take your time. You reach up to the willow branches hanging above you. The leaves are soft, like green silk. You gently take one leaf, and it comes away easily, as if it was waiting for you. Now, your guide says, think of something you've been worrying about. It could be something big or something small, something that's been heavy on your heart, something you've been carrying around like a stone in a bag. You think. A worry comes to mind. Maybe it's something about tomorrow. Maybe it's something from yesterday. Maybe it's something about yourself, a fear or a doubt or a hurt. Hold that worry in your mind, your guide says, and imagine putting it into this leaf, all that heaviness, all that weight, all that worry. Imagine placing it right here in this soft green leaf. You do. You imagine your worry going into the leaf. The leaf seems to hold it, seems to accept it. Now, your guide says gently, place the leaf in the river. And as you do, say to yourself, out loud or silently, I let this go. I give this to the river. I don't need to carry this anymore. You lean forward. Your hand extends over the water. You can feel the coolness rising from the river. And then, you open your fingers. The leaf falls softly onto the surface of the water. For just a moment, it sits there, and you can still see it clearly. Your worry, right there in that leaf. And then, the current catches it. The river takes it, and the leaf begins to float away. Slowly at first, then a little faster. It turns, it spins gently, it moves downstream. Away from you. Away, away, away. You watch it go. You watch your worry float away on the river, and something inside you releases. Something unclenches. Something softens. There it goes, your guide whispers. The river is taking it. You don't have to carry it anymore. It's not yours to hold. The leaf gets smaller and smaller as it floats away, and then, just like the first leaf, it disappears around the bend. Gone. Carried away by the water. You take a breath, a deep breath, and you feel lighter. Your guide was right. You feel lighter. You see, your guide says, this is the gift the river teaches us. We can let go. We don't have to hold on to everything. Our worries, our fears, our old hurts. We can give them to the river. We can release them. We can let them flow away. They reach up and take another leaf. Would you like to try again? Are there other worries you'd like to let go? You nod. Yes, there are others. Together you and your guide sit by the river, taking leaves from the willow tree one by one. Each time you think of something you've been carrying, each time you place it into a leaf, each time you let it go into the river. A worry about tomorrow, let it go. Watch it float away. A regret from yesterday, let it go. Watch it float away. A fear about what someone thinks of you, let it go. Watch it float away. A hurt from long ago that you've been carrying, let it go. Watch it float away. Each leaf carries something away. Each leaf makes you lighter. Each leaf is a small act of freedom. The river accepts everything. It doesn't judge. It doesn't refuse. It just takes each leaf and carries it gently downstream, smoothing it, softening it, eventually returning it to the earth. The river teaches us that everything passes, your guide says, as you watch another leaf float away. Good things pass, bad things pass, happy moments pass, sad moments pass. Everything flows, everything changes, everything moves. And when we understand this, when we really feel this, we can let go. Another leaf floats by on the river, not one you placed there, but one that fell naturally from a tree upstream. It's yellow, turning golden, maybe from a tree far away that you'll never see. We're not the only ones letting go, your guide says, pointing to the leaf. The whole forest does this. The trees let go of their leaves every autumn. They don't cling. They don't say, "But these are my leaves. I grew them. They're mine." No. They let them go. They release them. They trust that new leaves will come in spring. You watch that yellow leaf float by. It looks peaceful, like it's glad to be flowing, glad to be released, glad to be returning to the earth. Everything in nature knows how to let go, your guide continues. The river lets go of the water. The sky lets go of the rain. The flower lets go of its petals. The day lets go and becomes night. The night lets go and becomes day. Only we humans hold on so tight, thinking that if we let go, we'll lose ourselves. But the truth is the opposite. They turn to look at you, their eyes full of kindness. When we let go, we find ourselves. When we stop holding on so tight, we can finally breathe. When we release what we can't control, we find peace. The river flows steadily, endlessly, peacefully. The sound it makes is like a song of letting go, a song of flowing, a song of trust. Whenever you feel burdened, your guide says, remember this river. You don't have to come here physically, though you can in your imagination. But you can remember that you have the power to let go. Find a river or a stream, or even just water flowing from a tap. Watch it flow, and remember, nothing has to be carried forever. Everything can be released. You sit together in silence for a while, just watching the river flow. More leaves float by, some from trees you released, some from nature's own letting go, all of them flowing downstream, all of them returning to where they came from. Your breathing has become slow and deep, matching the rhythm of the river. In and out. Flow and flow. Let go and let go. There's one more thing, your guide says softly. The river doesn't just take things away, it also brings things. New water is always coming. New moments are always arriving. When you let go of the old, you make room for the new. When you release what was, you open your hands to receive what is and what will be. You think about that. Making room. Opening your hands. Letting life flow through you like water through the river. You've done beautiful work here, your guide says, standing up slowly. They offer you their hand again. You've let go. You've released. You've made yourself lighter. The river has taken your burdens and turned them into just more stones on the riverbed. Smooth, simple, part of the earth again. You stand, taking one last look at the river of letting go. The water continues to flow, as it always has, as it always will. Always changing, always moving, always teaching the ancient lesson. Let go, let go, let go. Shall we continue? Your guide asks. There's a beautiful hill ahead, a place where you'll learn about the greatest power you have, the power to be kind. You nod, feeling lighter than you have in a long, long time. Some of your leaves are still floating downstream, getting further away with each moment. And that's okay. That's perfect. That's exactly how it should be. Together, you step back onto the path, leaving the river behind but carrying its wisdom in your heart. The sound of the water fades slowly as you walk, becoming a gentle memory, a peaceful echo. The path ahead begins to slope upward, just slightly. You're climbing now, but it's easy, gentle. The night air is cool and fresh. The stars overhead are bright, millions of them, like someone spilled silver across the sky. And ahead, you can see the shape of a hill rising against the starlight, soft and round and welcoming. Your guide walks beside you, steady and calm. and you know that whatever comes next will be exactly what you need. Part 3. The Mountain of Loving Kindness. The path slopes gently upward now, climbing slowly, easily. Each step is soft, comfortable. You're not tired at all. In fact, you feel lighter than ever after releasing your worries to the river. The ground beneath your feet changes from packed earth to soft grass. The grass is thick and cushiony, like walking on the softest carpet. With each step, it springs back gently, supporting you, welcoming you. We're climbing now, your guide says with a warm smile. But this isn't a hard climb. This is a gentle hill, a kind hill. Everything about this place is gentle and kind. You'll see. As you climb higher, you notice the grass getting softer, thicker. Tiny flowers dot the hillside, small white ones that glow in the starlight, and purple ones that smell sweet when the breeze passes over them. The air is fresh and cool, and you can see more of the sky now, more stars appearing with every step up. Your guide walks beside you, never rushing, always matching your pace perfectly. This hill has a special name, they say. It's called the Mountain of Loving Kindness. And at the top, you'll learn about the most powerful force in the world. What's that? You ask softly. Love, your guide says simply. Not the complicated kind of love with conditions and expectations. The simple kind. The kind that's like sunshine, given freely to everyone, asking nothing in return. You walk a little further, climbing a little higher. The path curves gently around the hill, spiraling up slowly. You're in no hurry. There's all the time in the world. In the ancient language, your guide tells you, this kind of love is called metta. It means loving kindness, friendliness, goodwill, wishing happiness for all beings, including yourself. Including yourself. Those words settle into your heart. That's where we'll start, your guide says. Because you can't give what you don't have. You can't pour from an empty cup. You have to be kind to yourself first. You reach a flat area on the hillside, a perfect resting spot. The grass here is like a soft blanket spread out, inviting you to sit. Your guide gestures to the ground, and you both sit down, facing out toward the view. Oh, the view. From here, you can see the forest below, dark and peaceful. You can see the river winding through it like a silver ribbon, catching starlight. You can see the garden of the present moment in the distance, still glowing with its gentle golden light. And above, the sky is filled with more stars than you've ever seen, thousands, millions, infinite. Beautiful, isn't it? Your guide says. You nod. It is. It's so beautiful it almost hurts. Now, your guide says, settling in beside you, I want to teach you something important, something many people never learn. Are you ready? Yes, you whisper. You deserve kindness, your guide says, looking right at you. Not when you're perfect. Not when you've done everything right. Not when you've earned it. Right now, just as you are. You deserve kindness. Something tightens in your chest. Part of you wants to argue, to say, but I'm not, or but I haven't, or but I... Your guide sees this and smiles gently. I know. There's a voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that you need to be better, do more, be different. That voice is loud, isn't it? You nod. It is loud, so loud. That voice, your guide says softly, is like a bully. It thinks it's helping you by being mean, by pushing you, by criticizing everything you do. But it's not helping. It's just hurting, and it's time to speak to it differently. They place their hand over their heart. Place your hand here, on your heart. Feel it beating. You do. You place your hand on your chest and feel your heart beating underneath. Thump, 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 thump. Steady and strong, keeping you alive, never stopping, never giving up on you. Your heart has been beating for you since before you were born, your guide says. It's never taken a day off. It's never said, I'm tired of keeping you alive. It just keeps going, keeps loving you, keeps working for you. That's loyalty. That's dedication. That's love. Thump, 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 thump. You feel it, strong and steady. And you, your guide continues, you've been doing your best. Maybe your best looked different on different days. Maybe sometimes your best was just getting out of bed. Maybe sometimes it was achieving something big. But you've been trying. You've been surviving. You've been going on, even when it was hard. And that deserves kindness. Something warm starts to spread in your chest, where your hand rests. So let's practice, your guide says. Let's send loving kindness to the person who needs it most. You. Close your eyes if you'd like, or keep them soft and open, and I'll teach you some special words. These are ancient words that people have been saying for thousands of years. You close your eyes. The darkness behind your eyelids feels safe, gentle. Repeat after me, silently or out loud, your guide says. May I be safe. May I be safe, you whisper. May I be healthy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. May I be happy. As you say these words, that warmth in your chest grows. It spreads like someone lit a candle inside your heart. Again, your guide says softly, and this time, really mean it. Really wish these things for yourself, like you would wish them for someone you love very much. May I be safe. You mean it this time. You want to be safe. May I be healthy. You want to be healthy in body and mind and heart. May I be peaceful. You want peace so much. You've been searching for it. May I be happy. You want to be happy. You deserve to be happy. The warmth grows brighter, warmer. It fills your chest, your shoulders, your throat, your head. It's like golden light glowing inside you. Good, your guide says, their voice full of love. You're doing beautiful work. Now imagine that warmth, that golden light growing bigger. See it in your mind, like a small sun inside your chest, glowing, warm, bright. You see it, a golden sun right inside your heart, radiating light and warmth. This is your loving kindness, your guide says. This is your natural goodness. It was always there. You didn't have to create it or earn it. It's part of you, like your breath, like your heartbeat. You just had to remember it was there. You sit with this golden light for a moment, feeling it glow, feeling it warm you from the inside out. It feels good. It feels like coming home. Now, your guide says, let me tell you a story about the sun. You open your eyes slightly, still feeling that warmth inside you. The sun wakes up every morning, your guide begins, and shines its light on everything, on the flowers and the weeds, on the beautiful gardens and the messy ones, on the kind people and the mean people, on the happy ones and the sad ones. The sun doesn't pick and choose. It doesn't say, you deserve my light, but you don't. It just shines, freely, generously, without keeping score. You can picture the sun, big and golden and warm, giving light to everything. That's what loving kindness is like, your guide says. It's like being the sun. You have this warmth, this light inside you, and you can share it. Not because people deserve it or earned it, not because they're perfect, just because that's what light does. It shines. Your guide shifts to face you more directly. Now let's practice sending this loving kindness out to others. We'll start small, with someone easy. Think of someone you love, someone who's always been kind to you. Maybe a friend, a family member, a pet, someone who makes you smile just thinking about them. You think of someone, a face comes to mind, someone who's always been there for you. Picture them in your mind, your guide says. See their face, their smile. Remember how they make you feel. You do. You can see them clearly. Now, feel that golden light in your chest, and imagine it reaching out toward them like warm sunshine, like a gentle hug made of light. And say these words for them. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. You say the words, and you mean them. You really want these things for this person you love. The golden light flows from your heart toward them, wrapping them in warmth. Beautiful, your guide says. Feel how good it feels to wish someone well. It doesn't take anything away from you. The light doesn't get smaller when you share it. It gets bigger, and it's true. The golden light in your chest hasn't dimmed. If anything, it's brighter. Now, your guide continues. Let's go a little further. Think of someone neutral, someone you see sometimes but don't know well. Maybe someone who works at a store you go to, or someone you pass on the street. Someone you don't have strong feelings about, good or bad. You think of someone like that, a face that's familiar but not close. This person has a life just like you, your guide says. They wake up in the morning. They have worries and hopes. They want to be happy. They want to be loved. They're just trying to make it through, just like you. You realize this is true. You never thought about it before, but it's true. Send them the golden light, your guide says. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. You send the light, and it reaches them too. The light touches them, wraps around them, wishes them well. Good, your guide says. Now here's where it gets powerful. Think of someone difficult, someone who's hurt you, or annoyed you, or made your life harder. You don't have to think of your worst enemy, just someone a little difficult. You think of someone who's been unkind, or thoughtless, or hurtful. This is hard, your guide acknowledges. This person might not deserve your kindness. They might not have earned it. But remember, you're not doing this for them. You're doing this for you. Because holding on to anger and resentment is like drinking poison and hoping they get sick. It only hurts you. You take a breath. This is hard. This person is suffering too, your guide says gently. Hurt people hurt people. Happy people don't go around causing pain. Something in their life made them this way. They're carrying their own heavy bag of stones. And while you don't have to excuse what they did, you can wish for their suffering to end. Because if they weren't suffering, they wouldn't have hurt you. That makes sense. It's hard, but it makes sense. So try, your guide says. Just try. Send even a tiny bit of that golden light their way. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. You try. It's not easy. But you say the words, and a small stream of golden light goes out toward them. Not a huge amount, but some. And something amazing happens. The tightness you didn't even know you were holding, the tightness around that hurt, loosens. Just a little. Just enough. There, your guide says with pride. You just did one of the hardest things anyone can do. You chose kindness over anger. You chose freedom over resentment. That's strength. Real strength. You feel lighter again. First the river took your worries. Now this golden light is softening your anger. And finally, your guide says, spreading their arms wide to encompass everything around you. The hill, the forest, the river, the sky. Send your loving kindness to everyone, all beings everywhere, every person, every animal, every living thing, everyone who's happy and everyone who's suffering, everyone who's kind and everyone who's learning to be kind. You close your eyes and imagine the golden light growing bigger and bigger. It flows from your heart like the sun's rays, reaching out in all directions, up to the stars, down to the earth, out to the edges of the world. May all beings be safe, your guide says, and you repeat it. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. The golden light fills everything. The whole world is glowing with it. And you realize you're part of that. You're one of the beings who deserves to be safe, healthy, peaceful, and happy. You're not separate from everyone else. You're part of the whole, like one star in a sky full of stars. You sit in silence for a while, feeling this connection, this warmth, this love that asks for nothing, that gives freely, that shines like the sun. This is your power, your guide finally says. This loving kindness. You can practice it any time, when you're scared, when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're happy. Just put your hand on your heart, feel that golden light, and send it where it's needed. To yourself first, always, and then to others. They stand slowly and help you to your feet. You've climbed the mountain of loving kindness, they say. And now you carry that kindness with you, like a light that never goes out. You look down at your chest, and even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it. That golden warmth, that gentle light, still glowing steady and strong. Come, your guide says. There's a beautiful lake nearby, a place of perfect stillness, a place where you'll discover who you really are underneath all the noise. Together, you begin to walk along the hill, heading toward the next part of your journey. The golden light inside you glows with each step, and with each step, you feel more like yourself, your true self, the one who was always kind, always good, always worthy of love. The night is beautiful around you. The stars shine above, and inside you, your own star shines too, warm and bright and endlessly kind. Part 4. The Lake of Stillness. The path winds gently downward now, leading you and your guide away from the hilltop. With each step, the air becomes cooler, softer, carrying with it a sense of deep quietness. Not the quietness of silence, but the quietness of peace. The kind of quiet that lives in sacred places. You walk through tall grass that whispers as you pass. The blades are silver in the starlight, bending and swaying like they're bowing, welcoming you. Above, the stars seem brighter than ever, so close you almost feel like you could reach up and touch them. Listen, your guide says softly, stopping on the path. You stop too. You listen. At first, you hear nothing, but then you hear everything. The gentle rustle of grass, the soft movement of air, the distant sound of the river now far behind you, and underneath it all, a deep, deep stillness, like the world is holding its breath. We're close, your guide whispers, just ahead. You walk a little further, and the path opens up, and there, spread before you like a mirror fallen from the sky, is a lake, but not just any lake. This is the most perfectly still lake you've ever seen. The surface is like glass, smooth, clear, flawless. It reflects everything above it so perfectly that you can't tell where the sky ends and the water begins. The stars above are matched by stars below. The moon, hanging full and silver in the sky, has a twin floating in the lake. The lake is surrounded by smooth, dark stones that ring its edges. Beyond the stones, tall grasses and reeds stand like silent witnesses. And beyond that, trees. Old, wise trees that have been watching over this lake for hundreds of years. Your guide leads you to the edge, where a large, flat stone sits like a natural seat. You sit down together, and for a moment, neither of you speaks. There's nothing to say. The lake says everything. This, your guide finally whispers, and they whisper because speaking loudly here would feel wrong, is the Lake of Stillness, and it has been waiting to show you something very, very important. You gaze at the lake. It's so still, so calm, so absolutely peaceful. You can see every star reflected in it, every bit of moonlight, even the outline of the trees on the far shore. The reflection is perfect, undisturbed, complete. Look at how still it is, your guide says, like a mirror. When the lake is still like this, it reflects everything perfectly. You can see the truth of things. Nothing is distorted. Nothing is hidden. Everything is clear. You nod. It's true. The reflections are perfect. This lake, your guide continues, is like your true nature. Deep down, underneath everything, you are like this lake. Still, calm, clear, peaceful. This is who you really are. You look at the lake, then at your guide. But I don't feel still, you say softly. My mind is always busy, always thinking, always worrying. Your guide smiles with understanding. I know. Let me show you something. They pick up a small pebble from beside you. It's smooth and round, cool to the touch. They hold it up so you can see it. Watch, they say. They toss the pebble gently into the lake. It lands with a small plop, breaking the perfect surface. Ripples spread out from where it landed, circles growing bigger and bigger, moving across the water. The perfect reflections blur and shimmer. The stars dance. The moon wobbles. Everything becomes distorted, unclear. See, your guide says. One small stone, and the whole surface changes. The ripples go everywhere, affecting everything. The lake looks different now, doesn't it? It looks troubled, disturbed, not peaceful anymore. You watch the ripples spread and spread, reaching the edges of the lake. Those ripples are like your thoughts, your guide explains. Every thought is like a pebble dropped in the lake. A worry, plop. A fear, plop. A memory, plop. A plan, plop. A judgment, plop. All day long, pebbles are dropping into your lake. Plop, plop, plop. And the surface is always moving, always rippling, always disturbed. You understand. That's exactly what your mind feels like. Constant ripples, constant disturbance. But watch, your guide says, pointing to the lake. You watch. Slowly, slowly, the ripples begin to calm. The circles get smaller, weaker. They reach the edges of the lake and fade away. And gradually, the surface becomes smooth again. The reflections return. The stars come back. The moon settles into its perfect twin. The lake becomes still once more, like glass, like a mirror, like nothing ever disturbed it at all. The lake always returns to stillness, your guide says softly. That's its nature. Stillness is what the lake is. The ripples come and go, but the stillness remains. The stillness is always there, underneath, waiting. They turn to look at you. You are like this lake. Your thoughts are the ripples. They come and go. They disturb the surface. They make everything look blurry and confusing. But underneath those thoughts, underneath all those ripples, you are still, you are calm, you are peaceful. That's your true nature. The thoughts are not who you are. They're just ripples on the surface of who you are. You look at the lake with new eyes. The ripples have completely gone now. It's perfectly still again, perfectly clear. Let me tell you a story, your guide says, settling in more comfortably on the stone. Long ago, this very lake faced a great storm. You lean in, listening. Dark clouds rolled in, blocking out the stars and moon. Wind came howling across the water. Rain fell in sheets, pounding the surface. The lake was thrown into chaos. Huge waves rose up and crashed down. The water churned and thrashed. Everything was violent motion, wild disturbance. You can imagine it. The peaceful lake transformed into something fierce and frightening. People who lived nearby looked at the lake and said, "The lake is angry. The lake is violent. The lake has changed." But there was a wise old woman who lived by the shore, and she said something different. What did she say, you ask? She said, "The lake hasn't changed. The lake is still the lake. It's just the surface that's disturbed. Down deep, underneath the waves, underneath the storm, the lake is still calm. The lake is still peaceful. The lake is still the lake." Your guide picks up another pebble and holds it. And she was right, because when the storm finally passed, and all storms pass eventually, the wind died down, the rain stopped, the clouds moved on, and slowly the waves got smaller. The churning calmed, and the lake became still again, perfectly still, like nothing had ever happened, because deep down, nothing had happened. The stillness was always there, just hidden beneath the storm. They placed the pebble gently back on the ground instead of throwing it. You are like this lake. Sometimes big storms come into your life. Hard things happen, scary things, sad things. And your mind churns with thoughts and feelings. Everything feels chaotic and out of control. The surface of your life is all waves and wind and rain. You know this feeling. You've been in storms before. But even then, your guide says gently, even in the middle of the biggest storm, deep down inside you, there is stillness. There is calm. There is peace. It never goes away. It's always there. You just have to remember to dive down to find it. They point to the lake. Look at the surface. That's where all the action is. That's where the ripples live. That's where the waves crash. But look deeper. Imagine going down below the surface, down into the deeper water. You look at the lake and imagine diving down, going under the surface. Down into the quiet depths. Down there, your guide says, the water is still. Even when there's a storm on the surface, even when there are waves 10 feet high, if you go down deep enough, the water is calm. It's dark. It's quiet. It's peaceful. The storm doesn't reach there. The ripples don't reach there. Only stillness lives there. You imagine yourself in that deep, quiet place. It feels safe. It feels calm. That deep water is your true self, your guide explains. Your thoughts and feelings are the surface, always changing, always moving, always being affected by what happens. But you, the real you, the deepest you are the still water beneath. You are the lake, not the waves. This idea settles into you like a stone sinking to the bottom of a lake. You are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. You are the stillness underneath. You are the lake. When you feel overwhelmed, your guide continues. When the thoughts are rippling and the worries are making waves, you can remember this lake. You can take a deep breath and imagine diving down below the surface, down to that quiet place, that still place. that place that's always calm no matter what's happening above. They place a hand over their heart. It's here. This is where the stillness lives. In your center, in your core, in the deepest part of you that no storm can touch. You place your hand over your heart too, and underneath all the thoughts, underneath all the feelings, you sense it. A stillness, a quietness, a deep, peaceful lake of calm. Let's practice finding it, your guide says softly. Close your eyes. You close your eyes. The darkness is comfortable now, familiar. Breathe slowly, your guide instructs. In and out. In and out. And with each breath, imagine yourself sinking down, like you're diving down into still water, down past the surface where all the thoughts are, down past the ripples of worry, down past the waves of fear, down, down, down to the quiet depths. You breathe and imagine sinking. With each breath out, you go deeper. The noise of your thoughts gets quieter. The disturbance of your feelings gets further away. You're going down to the still place. Notice your thoughts, your guide says. See them up there on the surface. Thoughts about tomorrow. Thoughts about yesterday. Thoughts about yourself. They're there, making ripples. But you're down here now, in the deep. The thoughts can't disturb you here. They're just ripples on the surface, far above. And you are the deep, calm water. You notice your thoughts, but they feel distant now, like clouds passing far overhead. They're there, but they're not you. You're down here, in the stillness. This is your refuge, your guide whispers. This is your sanctuary. Whenever life gets too loud, too busy, too overwhelming, you can come here. Just close your eyes, take a few breaths, and sink down to the still place. It's always here, always waiting, always peaceful. You rest in the stillness. It feels like being held, like being home, like finally resting after a long journey. Time passes, though you're not sure how much. Could be seconds, could be minutes. It doesn't matter. Time moves differently in the still place. Gently now, your guide says, their voice soft as a feather. Come back up, slowly, bringing that stillness with you, rising up through the water, back to the surface, back to the shore, back to this moment. But remembering, knowing that the stillness comes with you. It's not stuck down there. It's part of you. You carry it everywhere. You take a deeper breath and open your eyes. The lake is still there in front of you, perfectly calm, perfectly still, like a mirror reflecting infinity. You see, your guide says with a gentle smile. The lake teaches us that no matter what ripples across the surface of our lives, we are always fundamentally still and calm underneath. The waves come and go. The ripples rise and fall. But the lake remains the lake. You remain you. Still, whole, unbroken. You look at the lake with love now, with gratitude. It showed you something precious, showed you that peace isn't something you have to create or earn or find. It's what you are deep down when you stop fighting and just be. Whenever you're scared, your guide says, remember you are the lake. Whenever you're angry, remember you are the lake. Whenever you're confused, remember you are the lake. The emotions are just weather passing over. Underneath, always, you are still. A gentle breeze moves across the water, creating the smallest ripples, just tiny ones that barely disturb the surface. They come, they shimmer for a moment, and they're gone. The lake accepts them and returns to stillness. See how the lake doesn't fight the breeze? Your guide observes. It doesn't say, no, you can't make ripples on me. It just allows it, and then returns to itself. That's the way, Allow the thoughts, allow the feelings. Don't fight them. But remember, you're not them. You're the stillness that allows them to come and go. You nod, understanding. Fighting the ripples only makes more ripples. Allowing them, watching them, lets them pass naturally, returning you to stillness. Your guide stands, stretching slowly. There's one more place we need to visit tonight, they say. A forest where you'll learn that you're not alone, that we're all connected, that we're all part of the same great forest. Are you ready? You take one last look at the Lake of Stillness, your lake, the reflection of your true nature, and you stand, feeling the stillness inside you, deep and calm and unshakable. I'm ready, you say. Together, you walk away from the lake, back onto the path. But the lake stays with you, in your chest, in your breath, in the quiet space between your thoughts, the still place that nothing can disturb. The path leads toward a line of tall trees ahead, their shapes dark against the star-filled sky. You can hear leaves rustling, like whispers, like the forest is calling you home. And with each step, with your guide beside you, you walk forward, carrying the garden's presence, the river's release, the mountain's kindness, and the lake's stillness. All of it lives in you now. All of it is yours to keep. Part 5. The Forest of Compassion. The path ahead grows darker as you approach the line of trees, but it's not a scary darkness. It's a soft darkness, like a blanket, like being wrapped in gentle arms, the kind of darkness that feels safe. As you step between the first trees, entering the forest, something changes. The air becomes richer, fuller, smelling of earth and wood and growing things. The sound around you shifts. Now you hear leaves rustling high above, branches creaking softly, and underneath it all, a deep quiet that feels ancient, wise. Welcome, your guide says, their voice full of warmth, to the forest of compassion. You look up. The trees here are tall, so tall their tops seem to touch the stars. They're old trees, with thick trunks wrapped in dark bark. Their branches spread wide and weave together overhead, creating a canopy that filters the starlight into silver patches on the forest floor. These trees feel like guardians, like protectors, like they've been standing here for hundreds of years, watching, caring, sheltering everything that lives beneath them. Your guide places a hand on the trunk of a nearby tree. The bark is rough and deeply grooved, telling the story of all the years it's lived. Do you know what makes a forest strong? Your guide asks. You shake your head. Not the individual trees, they say. A single tree, standing alone, is vulnerable. The wind can knock it down. A storm can break it. Drought can kill it. But together, they gesture around at all the trees surrounding you. Together, they're strong. Together, they can survive almost anything. You walk deeper into the forest, following your guide along a path covered in soft moss and fallen leaves. Your footsteps make barely any sound. The forest floor cushions everything, gentle and forgiving. Let me show you something amazing, your guide says, kneeling down near the base of a tree. They brush away some leaves and moss, revealing the ground beneath. Look closely. You kneel beside them and look. At first, you just see dirt. But then, as your eyes adjust, you see something else. Roots, everywhere, threading through the soil, weaving over and under each other, connecting, touching, intertwining. These are the roots of all these trees, your guide explains. And look, they're all tangled together. They're all connected. This tree's roots touch that tree's roots, which touch another tree's roots. Under the ground, where no one can see, they're all holding hands. You trace the path of one root with your finger. It disappears under the soil, going somewhere you can't see, connecting to something you can't reach. Scientists discovered something beautiful. Your guide continues. These trees don't just touch roots, they share. They actually pass nutrients to each other through these root connections. If one tree is sick, the others send it food. If one tree is young and struggling, the older trees feed it. If one tree is in shade and can't make enough energy, the trees in sunlight share theirs. Your guide looks at you with shining eyes. The forest takes care of itself, not every tree for itself, but all trees for all trees. They're a family, a community, connected underground where it matters most. You stand slowly, looking around at all the trees with new understanding. They look separate, standing apart from each other. But underneath, where you can't see, they're all connected, all supporting each other, all part of one great forest. People are like this too, your guide says softly. We look separate. We walk around in our own bodies, living our own lives, thinking we're alone. But underneath, we're all connected. We're all part of the same forest. We're all roots touching roots, lives touching lives. You walk together through the forest, moving between the great trees. Moonlight filters down in silver beams, creating pools of light on the forest floor. In one pool of light, you see small flowers growing, delicate white ones with thin petals. Every person you've ever met, your guide says, is like one of these trees. They look different on the outside. Different heights, different shapes, different kinds of bark. But inside they're just like you. They stop walking and turn to face you. Everyone suffers. Everyone has pain. Everyone has fears and worries and sadness. Everyone has been hurt. Everyone has cried. Everyone knows what it's like to struggle. You think about this. Everyone, not just you. And everyone, your guide continues, wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to be safe. Everyone wants their life to be okay, just like you. Exactly like you. They place both hands over their heart. This is compassion, understanding that we all suffer, and we all want happiness. Understanding that we're not alone in our pain. Understanding that everyone you meet is carrying their own heavy bag of stones, just like you were carrying yours. You remember the bag of stones from the river. Everyone carries one. Let me tell you what happened in this forest, your guide says, beginning to walk again. Many years ago, a great drought came. No rain fell for months. The streams dried up. The ground became hard and cracked. The trees were suffering. Their leaves turned brown. Their branches drooped. Their roots couldn't find water. You can imagine it, this beautiful forest struggling, dying. The oldest tree in the forest, that one there. Your guide points to a massive tree with a trunk so wide 3 people couldn't wrap their arms around it. That tree was the strongest. It had the deepest roots. It could reach water far underground where the younger trees couldn't reach. You look at the ancient tree, standing tall and strong. Now, that old tree had a choice, your guide continues. It could keep all the water for itself, save its own life, and let the others die. After all, it found the water. It did the hard work. Why should it share? But it didn't do that, did it? You guess. Your guide smiles. No, it didn't. Because the old tree understood something important. If all the other trees died, eventually it would die too. The forest protects itself. The trees create shade for each other. Their fallen leaves feed the soil. Their roots hold the earth together. lose the forest, and even the strongest tree will fall. So what did it do, you ask? It shared, your guide says simply. Through its roots, it pushed water to the other trees. It fed them. It kept them alive. And you know what happened? What? The other trees did the same. Every tree that could reach even a little bit of water shared it with their neighbors, and their neighbors shared it with their neighbors. The whole forest became one giant network of sharing, of caring, of keeping each other alive. Your guide stops at the base of the old tree and places both hands on its trunk, as if thanking it. And when the rain finally came again, all the trees survived. The whole forest lived because they took care of each other. You place your hand on the tree too. The bark is warm, and you swear you can feel something beneath it. Life, energy, ancient strength. This is how we're meant to live, your guide says. Not isolated, competing, hoarding what we have, but connected, sharing, helping each other survive. Your suffering is my suffering. Your joy is my joy. We're all part of the same forest. As you stand there with your hand on the ancient tree, you hear something, a small sound, a tiny chirping. Do you hear that? Your guide asks, tilting their head. You listen. There it is again, a soft, distressed chirping. It sounds weak, scared. Your guide follows the sound, and you follow them. You walk carefully through the underbrush until you find it, a small bird lying on the ground near the base of a tree. It must have fallen from its nest. It's so tiny, just a little ball of brown feathers, and one of its wings is bent at an odd angle. Oh, you breathe, your heart squeezing. It's hurt. The bird chirps again, frightened, in pain. It tries to move but can't. It's helpless, alone, suffering. Your guide kneels beside the bird but doesn't touch it yet. Look at this little one, they say softly. So small, so vulnerable, so completely dependent on others for survival. The bird's tiny chest moves rapidly with frightened breaths. Its dark eyes are wide with fear. What do you feel when you look at this bird? Your guide asks you. Sad, you say immediately. I want to help it. I want it to be okay. Why? Your guide asks. This bird has never done anything for you. You don't know this bird. It can't pay you back or thank you. Why do you care? You think about it. Because it's suffering. Because it's small and hurt and scared. Exactly, your guide says with a gentle smile. This is compassion. You see suffering, and your heart naturally wants to ease it. You don't need a reason. You don't need the bird to deserve your help. You just care. Because that's what hearts do. They feel, they connect, they care. Your guide very carefully, very gently, scoops the bird into their cupped hands. The bird chirps in alarm at first, but then settles, as if it somehow knows it's safe now. Every person you meet, your guide says, looking at the tiny bird cradled in their palms, is like this bird. They might not look hurt on the outside. They might not be lying on the ground with a broken wing. But inside, everyone has pain. Everyone has wounds. Everyone has something that hurts. You look at the bird, so fragile, so small. The person who was mean to you, they're hurt inside. The person who seems angry all the time, they're in pain. The person who seems to have everything but is still unhappy, they're wounded somewhere deep. Everyone is carrying something. Everyone is this bird in one way or another. Your guide begins walking, still holding the bird carefully, and you walk beside them. Compassion doesn't mean letting people hurt you, they explain. You can have boundaries. You can protect yourself. But compassion means understanding that hurt people hurt people. It means seeing the wounded bird inside everyone, even the difficult people. You walk through the forest together, the bird resting now in your guide's hands, its breathing slowing down, calming. There's an old saying, your guide tells you, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. You don't see most people's battles. You don't see their broken wings, but they're there. You think about the people in your life, the ones who've been unkind, the ones who've disappointed you, the ones who've let you down, and you wonder, what are their broken wings? What battles are they fighting that you can't see? When you understand this, your guide says, when you really feel this, it changes how you move through the world. You become gentler, more patient, more forgiving. Not because people deserve it, but because you understand they're all hurt birds, just like you. Ahead, you see a small clearing where moonlight pours down unfiltered. In the center of the clearing is a nest, low and accessible in the branches of a young tree. Ah, your guide says, here we are. They approach the tree carefully and gently, so gently. Place the injured bird in the nest. The bird settles into the soft twigs and moss, chirping softly, not in pain now, but in relief. It's home. It's safe. Sometimes, your guide says, stepping back from the tree, the kindest thing we can do is help someone get home. Help them find safety. Help them find their nest. Even if we can't heal their broken wing, we can give them a safe place to rest while they heal. You watch the bird nestle into its nest, and your heart feels full. Full of compassion, full of care, full of connection to this tiny creature and to all creatures everywhere. This forest, your guide says, spreading their arms to encompass all the trees around you, thrives because everything in it is connected. The trees feed each other. The birds spread seeds. The fallen leaves feed the soil. The insects break down the dead wood. Everything helps everything else. It's a web of compassion, of connection, of mutual care. They turn to you. You're part of this web too. Every act of kindness sends ripples through the whole forest. Every moment of compassion strengthens the connections. Every time you help someone find their nest, you make the whole forest stronger. You understand now. You're not separate. You're not alone. You're part of something vast and beautiful, a forest of beings, all connected underground, all sharing the same water, all trying to survive, all deserving of compassion. When you go back to your life, your guide says, remember this forest. Remember that everyone you meet has roots you can't see. Everyone is connected to you, whether you realize it or not. Everyone suffers. Everyone wants happiness. Everyone is carrying something heavy. They place a hand on your shoulder, and that means you're never alone in your pain. Your roots touch other roots. Other people know what you're feeling. Other people have been where you are. The forest holds you, even when you can't feel it. You take a deep breath. The air is rich with the smell of trees, earth, life. You feel held by this forest, supported, connected. Look up, your guide whispers. You look up through the canopy. The branches of all the trees have woven together, creating a ceiling of leaves and wood. Separate trees, but one canopy. Individual, but united. That's us, your guide says. Separate people, but one humanity. Individual beings, but one great forest of life. And when we remember that, when we live from that understanding, we can't help but be compassionate. We can't help but care, because caring for others is caring for the forest. And we're part of the forest too. In the nest behind you, The bird chirps softly, a sound of contentment now, not pain. You helped that bird. You were part of the forest helping itself. Come, your guide says gently. Our journey is almost complete. There's one more thing. A gentle return home, carrying all you've learned. Shall we? You nod, taking one last look around the forest of compassion. You place your hand one more time on the nearest tree trunk, feeling the life within it, feeling the connection. Thank you, you whisper to the forest. And somehow, in the rustling of leaves, you feel the forest whisper back, "You're welcome. You're part of us. Always." Together, you and your guide begin walking back through the forest, back toward the path that will lead you home. But you're not the same person who entered this forest. Now you understand. Now you see the invisible roots connecting everything. Now you carry the forest's compassion in your heart. The trees seem to bow slightly as you pass, as if saying goodbye, as if blessing your journey. And with each step, you feel more connected to the forest, to the world, to every person you've ever known and ever will know. All of us, walking through the same forest. All of us, roots touching roots. All of us, together. Closing. Coming home. The path leads you gently out of the forest, back into open space under the wide star-filled sky. You can see everything now from where you stand. The forest behind you, the lake in the distance catching starlight, the soft hill where you learned about loving kindness, the river winding silver through the landscape, and far away, still glowing gently, the garden of the present moment. Your guide stops and turns to face you, their expression soft with love and pride. "Look at where you've been tonight," they say quietly. "Look at all the beautiful places you've visited. Look at all the wisdom you've gathered." You look, and your heart swells. You've traveled so far. You've learned so much. In the garden, your guide reminds you, you discovered that peace lives in the present moment, that all you ever have is now, and now is where life happens. Remember, when your mind starts jumping like a monkey, just feel your breath. Just notice what's right here. Come back to now. You nod, feeling your breath moving in and out, anchoring you here in this moment. At the river, your guide continues, you learned to let go. You placed your worries on leaves and watched them float away. You discovered that everything changes, everything flows, and you don't have to hold on so tight. Remember, you can always return to the river. You can always release what's weighing you down. Let it flow. Let it go. You remember the leaves floating away, carrying your burdens with them. Your shoulders feel lighter, just thinking about it. On the mountain, your guide says with a warm smile, you found your loving kindness, that golden light inside your heart. You learned to be kind to yourself first, and then to let that kindness flow out to others like sunshine. Remember, you can always place your hand on your heart and feel that warmth. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. You place your hand on your heart now, and yes, the golden light is still there, glowing warm and steady. By the lake, your guide continues, you discovered your true nature. You learned that you are not your thoughts, not the ripples on the surface. You are the deep, still water beneath. No matter what storms come, no matter what ripples disturb the surface, underneath you are calm, you are whole, you are the lake. You feel that stillness inside you, deep and vast and unshakable. The thoughts can come and go, but you remain. And in the forest, your guide says, you understood that you're not alone. that we're all connected, like trees with roots touching underground. Everyone suffers. Everyone wants happiness. Everyone is carrying something. And that means you're part of something bigger, a forest of beings, all holding each other up, all sharing the same water, all part of the same living world. You feel the connection, invisible but real, stretching out from your heart to every living thing. All of this, your guide says, gesturing to the peaceful landscape around you, lives inside you now. You're not leaving it behind. You're taking it with you. The garden, the river, the mountain, the lake, the forest, they're all part of you now. You can return to any of them, anytime, just by closing your eyes and remembering. Your guide takes both of your hands in theirs. Their hands are warm, soft, comforting. It's time for you to go home now, they say gently. Back to your bed, back to your room, back to your life. But you're not the same person who started this journey. You've changed, you've grown, you've remembered who you really are. Something in your chest feels full, complete, like a circle closing. I'll walk with you a little further, your guide says. Come. Together you begin walking down the path. But the landscape around you is changing now, becoming softer, hazier, more dreamlike. The edges blur. The stars seem to swirl gently. Everything is becoming soft and quiet and deeply, deeply peaceful. You're getting sleepy now, your guide says, and their voice seems to come from far away and very close at the same time. Your body is tired. Your mind is quiet. You've done beautiful work tonight, and now it's time to rest. You feel it, the tiredness settling over you like the softest blanket. Your eyelids are heavy. Your limbs feel loose and relaxed. Every part of you is ready to sleep. As you walk, your guide says, their voice getting quieter, gentler, like a lullaby. You're walking back toward your bed, your comfortable, cozy, safe bed. Can you feel it? The soft mattress, the warm blankets, the pillow that knows exactly how to hold your head. You can feel it. Your bed is close now. You can almost sense it, waiting for you, ready to catch you as you drift into sleep. With each step, your guide whispers, you're getting more and more relaxed, more and more peaceful, more and more ready to sleep. Your breathing is slow and deep. Your body is heavy and comfortable. Your mind is quiet and still, like the lake. Your breathing is slowed, deep and easy, in and out, in and out. You're almost home now, your guide says. Almost there. Just a few more steps. And when you arrive, when you settle into your bed, you'll take all of this peace with you. The present moment will be there in your breath. The letting go will be there in your exhale. The loving kindness will be there in your heartbeat. The stillness will be there in your depths. The connection will be there in your existence. You can barely see the path now. Everything is soft and blurry and peaceful. You're between waking and sleeping, between the journey and home, between consciousness and dreams. Here we are, your guide whispers. You're home. You're in your bed. Feel how comfortable it is. Feel how safe you are. Feel how perfectly, completely okay everything is right now in this moment. You're in your bed. You don't remember lying down, but here you are. The sheets are soft against your skin. The pillow cradles your head. The blankets are the perfect weight, warm and comforting. You're home. Your guide's voice is barely a whisper now, like wind through leaves, like water over stones, like the quietest lullaby. As you drift off to sleep, they whisper, remember, you are safe. You are loved. You are enough, exactly as you are. The present moment holds you. The river carries you. The mountain's kindness glows in your heart. The lake's stillness lives in your depths. The forest's roots connect you to everything. Your breathing is so slow now, so deep. You're floating, drifting, sinking into the softest sleep. May you be safe, your guide whispers. Safe. Yes, you're safe. May you be healthy. Healthy. Your body relaxing, healing, resting. May you be peaceful. Peaceful. So peaceful. Like the lake, like the garden, like everything you've seen tonight. May you be happy. Happy. A soft smile crosses your face. You are happy. Right now, right here, you are happy. Sleep now, your guide whispers, their voice fading like starlight at dawn. Sleep deeply, sleep peacefully, and know that when you wake, you'll still carry all of this with you. The wisdom, the peace, the love. It's yours now, forever. The voice fades into silence, into the soft sound of your breathing, into the quiet beating of your heart. You are the garden, blooming in each moment. You are the river, flowing and releasing. You are the mountain, radiating kindness. You are the lake, still and deep and calm. You are the forest, connected to everything. And you are here now, safe in your bed, breathing slowly, drifting softly, falling gently into the deepest, most peaceful sleep. The journey is complete. You are home. You are whole. You are peace itself. And as you drift deeper and deeper into sleep, the last thing you feel is gratitude. Gratitude for this journey. Gratitude for this peace. Gratitude for this moment. Gratitude for your breath. Gratitude for your life. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Safe, peaceful, loved, home, drifting, floating, releasing, sleeping. The stars watch over you. The night holds you. The peace surrounds you. And you sleep deeply, deeply, deeply. You sleep.